Episode 6 of the Northstars Show, season number 7. What's under the coat? I got to get right to this, Sheldon. It's a black week in Canada right now. Gord Downey passed away this past week. He was part of the soundtrack of my life for sure, and I know there was tributes came from our Prime Minister and all kinds of other people. So on Under the Coat, one of the Tragically Hip shirts that I picked up at their farewell tour. I got a chance to see them in Hamilton, watch the thing on TV. Seen them play a bunch of times, and it's pretty sad news. So Under the Coat this time around, the Tragically Hip. Got any favorite Tragically Hip song?
Can't say I do.
No? These kids, you guys are killing me. Little bit too old for me or for you. For me, they're everything. Right now, my favorite one's World Container. If you get a chance to listen to it, bit of a deep cut, awesome tune. There's lots of good hockey songs too. So Tragically Hip, pretty connected to hockey and to Canadians for sure. This past weekend, you guys traveled down south to a bit of a showcase down in Portage. We weren't there. We didn't see it. Paul didn't go tape it. So can you tell us what happened? First game was on Friday afternoon.
Yeah. First game we played Central Plains, and it was 5-2. Like, we put in a good effort, but we couldn't score. But the goal scorers were Jerome and Henry. Shorthanded goals.
Both shorthanded?
I think so, yeah.
And heard Jerome was shorthanded breakaway. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Second game was definitely the best one, probably that we've had all year. Just about 1-1. Finally got a point. Tell us a little bit about that.
I think it went pretty good. We tried hard. We fought hard. We played a full 60, and I got 2 goals out of it. Jamie scored and Mikey did.
Really, that's what it's all about. Your 2 Gs.
Yeah.
Who else got them? Jamie
and Mikey.
And you guys went into a shootout and nobody scored?
No. They scored the first goal and then no goals after that. So.
Couldn't quite get her done after that. Tell us about, of your 2, which one was the prettiest?
They weren't pretty, but the 2-on-1 was pretty good. 5-hole, I guess. It was placed good.
Beauty. Who got the helper? Who fed her across?
Johnny Saunders.
Oh, he's got pretty good hands. Toe drag, Johnny toe drag. Third game, 8-5 final. That one on Sunday afternoon. What happened there? How come they got more goals than we did?
We didn't start too good, but we kind of played better after it started, I guess. We came back 5 unanswered goals, I think. Ooh. Well, we couldn't quite finish, I guess.
But you needed 8 unanswered goals, which is pretty tricky. A couple of the goal scorers in that game, Foe got one, I think.
Foe, Brandon, Albert, Mitchell, and Jerome, bar down.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty good weekend for Jerome. Maybe we should have had him on the show, but we wanted to get you on. Haven't had you on yet. So thanks, Sheldon Howard, for telling us what just happened here. Still coming up in the show, we're going to talk to assistant coach Mike Valance right after this, one of his first appearances on the Northstars Show. 2-on-1 with 2 guys that are in the infirmary in the hospital. We had Mikey Barron with the sore hand and Tanner Pilon banged up his shoulder pretty bad. So tough weekend for them, especially tough for Mikey. Bad decision, I'd have to say. And we talked to Dennis Rathgebar in a minor hockey moment, talking to him about novice hockey. Remember those days?
Yep. Best days of hockey.
That's when hockey was simple and fun. All that and more right here on the Northstars Show. Here he is, first time appearance on the Northstars Show. Mike Valance has been asking for years to be on here, and we've always denied the requests. Finally got him on the show. Mike, you guys were down for 3 games at the showcase. Didn't get any wins. Can you tell us a little bit about it? How did the guys look down there?
The first game they come out a little slow. I thought they played pretty good, but we couldn't get a break. And they came at us with a little bit of speed, and it kind of got us on our heels a bit. But so we got out of position a bit. We tend to do that when a team comes at us with speed. We got a lot of 15-year-olds and some young players, so we got to work on that.
Second game came away with a tie, picked up a point, and then lost in the shootout. The kids, when we were talking to them, said that was one of the first times you played a full 60. Would you agree with that?
I would, yeah. That was the best game I've seen them play it. They come out, they emptied the tank. They went hard. They actually had Brandon on their heels for most of that game. Unfortunately, they pulled their goalie with 50-some seconds left, and they managed to put one in. But I think that led into the next game. We had a few guys injured. I think we had 4 guys sit in the next game, and then I think we emptied the tank on that game, and the other team came at us with speed, which I think Brandon, they didn't. They thought they were taking us lightly, and we managed to get them on their heels. But the other, and I tried to warn them before the game that Parkland wasn't going to do that. They needed to come out and take the game to them, and I think they took Parkland a little lightly themselves, and they ended up getting on their heels.
Right, riding high on Saturday's effort, and we've seen that a few times before. A bit of a letdown. Just really quickly, Blues and Golds. Blues, what was the thing that bugged you the most about the weekend?
Their inconsistency. Like we got to play like that every game. That game against Brown, they showed that game they can beat any team in the league. And also in Winnipeg when we played the Bruins, that was another game like that. And then when we tend to play down to the other team's level, and it ends up biting us.
As we've seen too many times.
Yes.
How about Golds quickly? Some things that impressed you. Obviously, a great effort on Saturday was something that's got to feel good as coaches. Anything else that kind of stuck out as good?
Well, it was nice to see Sheldon. He got 2 goals, and Mikey Barron, he got his first, and Hill, he got his first. So that's something we haven't been able to do this year, is put the puck in the net. It's nice to see that we got some different guys contributing. So hopefully that continues. That'll sure go a long ways in winning a few more games.
Sure. Nice to see that scoring get spread around and a few different guys showing up. Mike Valance, we'll see you in 4 years. It's Coach Mike right here on the Northstars Show. We're back with the minor hockey moment. A time for us to explore all the different aspects of minor hockey and stuff that sort of happens in and around the TRCC, especially the C. Nesbitt and Gordon Beard arenas. Joining me right now, one of the guys that's part of our Shaw family in a way, done a few North Star games, done a few other kind of games for Shaw and for Paul. This time around though, Dennis, we want to talk to you about your involvement with minor hockey. You're a longtime volunteer with Thompson Minor Hockey. Can you take a stab at just how many years you've been involved?
Well, with coaching and on the board, everything else, 30-some years.
I got to guess that that's you're the longest running guy on the board right now.
Oh, yeah, definitely, by quite a while.
By a mile.
They're trying to get rid of me, but the grandfather clause keeps me there, so.
they can't get rid of you. The great-grandfather clause, no kidding. And it kind of feels like there's no job that you haven't done on the board. Have you had just about all of them covered?
Well, no, basically just directors of hockey. And I did referees 1 year. That was the toughest job I ever had. That is a very tough job to do. But mainly directors of House League.
And shout out to Donnie Mitchell. He's got the referees this year, so good on him. And Barry Rempel the last couple of years did a good job with
Barry.
them.
Barry did a very good job.
You guys are fantastic. So this time around, you've got a couple jobs. Tell us what you're involved with this year.
I am the Novice Director. I have been for about 7-8 years now. And I coach in Adam House League.
Surprise, surprise, your Adam House League team is called
the Riders.
we would have never guessed. We would have never known, and I know that's been going on for a couple of years. How do the numbers look in Novice this year? You're the convener of that league. How does it look?
We have 61 players. 1 quits, 1 joins, so we're staying around the 60 mark, and that's enough for 4 teams.
Sticking around. So that's pretty similar to the last years. Are your numbers up or down? How are we looking for long-term prospects?
We're probably down about 10 from last year. So hopefully we can get them back, but the teams are good. There's 14, 15 on the teams, and coaches seem to like that.
That's good. And you're fully staffed with coaches, managers, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we have 16 coaches all told for the 4 teams and getting ready to start going on tournaments. And
we're good to go now. I know there's some small changes with maybe some people I think they're big changes, not massive changes though, with how Novice is running this year. So can you talk to us a bit about that?
Okay, last year MAHA gave us a choice if we could go half ice for the novice. We preferred to stay full ice. Might have hurt us because it's here now. CAHA by 2019 everybody in novice across the country will be playing half ice.
Really? So that's half ice all year round, or is that just for part of the season?
Just for part of the season. Now they say January 1st we'll go full ice. So the only thing I don't like about that, we have kids that are going to play. They played full ice last year. Now they have to play half ice till January 1st, and they go back to full ice. And other kids are going to go half ice, full ice, and then next thing you know, they're back to half ice again beginning of the next year. So I'm not sure. Some people are not happy with that.
Some people don't love it. What do you know on the flip side of that? What's the thinking by CAHA for doing that? Just more puck time for the kids?
More puck time, more shots, more touches of the puck. Don't give up so soon when somebody takes a breakaway. Right now with the full ice with the little guy, when it's a breakaway, half the kids stop.
It's a 4-zone breakaway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like playing with my men's rec team with the Kings. Once you got a breakaway, nobody chases you at all.
And we're going to a tournament in Flin Flon in the beginning of December, and they're using 3/4 ice, and they have a set of boards that they insert in the ice. And we're going to ask the Community Development Fund in Thompson to buy us a set of boards.
So will that be full size, or are we looking way back to the termite hockey days when
No.
I played, when it was just a little 2x4 across?
4 foot high. Yeah. So they got the rounded corners, everything else. I'm not sure how long it takes to put in and who's going to put them in while the Zamboni's going around. So.
Those are logistics we'll work out.
Yeah.
What last one, Dennis? What kind of ice times do you have? If some people want to come down and check out the little guys, I mean, they're fantastic to watch. Nothing cuter than the novices. What time can we see them?
We have Monday 15 after 4, Wednesday 5:45, and 7 o'clock. Saturday morning they have 2 slots, and Sunday afternoon they have 2 slots. And the pre-novice are on before us or whatever, and so
good times to come down and check out all the kids. And of course we've got our novice tournament later on in the year, probably the biggest tournament in Thompson. That one comes up in March, right?
In March, yeah, right after the winter games are done. The following weekend we're on the ice with our tournament.
One of the Shaw family, longest running great grandfather of Thompson minor hockey, Dennis Rathgebar. Thanks for joining me.
Oh, no problem. Thanks, Bruce.
2-on-1 segment, never had this before. 2 North Stars injured. We're in the infirmary here. I've got Mikey Barron and Tanner Pilon with me. We'll start with you, Mikey. What's going on? What happened?
Well, I took a little bit of a bad penalty. Like, I kind of got a little angry, and as I went to the box, I punched the glass. Yeah, the glass won. Wasn't too good.
So you got a couple broken bones in your hand, one broken bone, broken pinky basically, or your knuckle?
Yeah, it's right below my knuckle. The bone that extends into my wrist snapped, and my knuckle pretty much disappeared for a little while.
Till the doctor popped it back into place. How soon do you think we'll see you back on the ice?
I'm going to say 2.5 weeks.
And you think you'll pull a stunt like that again?
Probably not.
Don't imagine Coach was too impressed with that. I think, Tanner, your story's a little better, although you're out for longer. What happened to you, man?
I made a pass in the second period of the first game, and I got hit from the side, and my shoulder just gave out. It separated up around here, and 3rd-degree separation, so might not see me in the lineup for a little bit.
We're looking at about 12 weeks. You showed me the x-ray. It was hideous. But you manned up, right? You didn't go down?
Yeah, I kept playing throughout the game, and it hurt a lot. Waited for 6 hours in the emergency room in Winnipeg, 6 a.m. with my dad. Yeah, he wasn't too impressed about that.
Yeah, I don't think he's happy about that. Tough weekend for the North Stars, and we didn't get any wins. So let's hope this little bit goes a bit better. It's 2-on-1. You asked questions last time. We're gonna hit you with some questions this time around. I'm gonna try you both on this one. Gord Downey, singer of the Tragically Hip, passed away this past week. He's one of my absolute favorites. So can you name me a Tragically Hip song?
I'm not even sure.
Nothing. You?
Don't even ask. I don't even know.
You guys are killing me. The soundtrack of my life. I could give you 20.
Did he make a hockey song about the Leafs or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Barilko. He's got "Lonely End of the Rink" and a couple other songs that are kind of hockey related. What do you got for him?
What's your favorite breakfast?
My favorite breakfast? I like bacon and hash browns.
That's solid, manly breakfast. I like it. What's the farthest you've ever been from home?
From home, I'd have to say Hamilton.
Third injury coming up.
Yeah, Hamilton, right near Toronto, or Shawnigan Lake, BC. One of the two.
Question. I think Hamilton's probably farther away on the map, but BC's a pretty nice place to visit.
Oh yeah, it was very nice.
What would be your favorite band or like kind of singer, kind of group?
Eminem for sure. That's an artist. And band, I'd go with AC/DC.
All right. What are your favorite songs? Favorite Eminem song? Lose Yourself?
Favorite Eminem song? I like Kings Never Die and Survival. And AC/DC, I like Shot Down in Flames.
Bit of a deep cut. Do you have a favorite AC/DC song?
There's a lot to choose from, honestly. I kind of like a lot of them. I couldn't really pick out a certain one.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan, so it'd be a couple of Thunderstruck. Probably you sometimes hear that, and Back in Black. Those are kind of easy ones, right? Along the same vein, what's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie? I honestly don't have a favorite movie. There's too many to choose from.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I like a lot of movies.
Neither do I, but I'm just not a movie guy. Last one.
What would be your favorite summer activity?
I'd definitely be spending time at the lake, like boating, doing all those water sports, sea doing and all that.
Pretty cool stuff. Last one, beach ball for you. Black or white tape?
White.
I like black.
I like black.
Boo to you. We got two guys that we hope we'll see back in the lineup. Mikey pretty soon. Not going to make a mistake like that again. Tanner, you couldn't help it, but you're out for a little bit longer. That's been a 2-on-1. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's episode 6 of the Northstars Show. It's in the books. This one dedicated to Gord Downey and the tragically hip Gord Downey passed away. Soundtrack of the lives of us that are in my age group, not so much these kids. Nobody on the team seemed to know any tragically hip songs. I'm disappointed I didn't ask Coach Mike about that. I'm sure that he's got a favorite tragically hip song or two. Kean Weeson was wearing these for part of the practice. It's no wonder we got so many guys hurt. two men down. Mikey Barron, he'll be back pretty soon. Tanner Pilon, man, we're hoping to have him back for the end of the season. That's a stinger. Both guys picked up injuries on the weekend. The guys lost 3. They're home this weekend to Interlake. Got a couple games coming up Friday night and Saturday night. The Norman Wolves are in town as well. They're playing Saturday, Sunday. I want to come and check out the Bantam AAA action. Also, a little swerve away from hockey, but we're not a one-trick pony. We got the Norman Jazz Festival happening at Artie Parker. Some pretty awesome clinicians and kids from all across the north. That show goes Sunday afternoon at about 1:30 to 1 o'clock down at the Letcomb Theatre. I want to thank my guests on the show, Sheldon Howard, for telling me what just happened here. A couple goals for him on the weekend. Nice for him to bust out, and a couple of the other guys. Like I mentioned, we had the two banged up guys on the 2-on-1, Mike Valance, and thanks to Dennis Rathgebar, the great grandpa of Thompson Minor Hockey. He's running the novice program again this year and coaching in the Adams as well. All of that was right here on the Northstar Show. We'll see you again in 1 week.